Classroom of the Elite Season 3 Episode 2. And a lot of things went down in this episode from the beginning to the end. You have all sort of action, all sort of hype, all sort of tense moments going on throughout the episode. So in that sense, this episode was perfect. It had the typical Classroom of the Elite level of epicness and tense moments, but it was throughout the whole episode, because sometimes you have it that it is concentrated in some parts of the episode as opposed to others, but this episode started straight into the, I guess you can say, the action. You have build up moments, but they were not too much, because like I said again, throughout the whole episode we got action. And when I mean action, I don't actually mean, fighting or anything like that. I mean action in the sense of Classroom of the Elite. I take it more as a people talking, people confronting each other, not necessarily, in a physical way. I sort of see action in Classroom of the Elite that way. So yeah, whenever you hear that word, I mean it like that. So yeah, we see how, well, first of all, I'm going to be talking about the episode not in a linear way. So yeah, we see how at the end of the episode we see, I guess you can say, the first person get ejected or expelled, however you want to call it. The thing I don't know yet is if he got expelled from the, the whole high school, or if he got expelled just from the camp they're in. I think it was mentioned at the end by Ayanokouji himself that there are going to be a lot of more people be expelled from the high school as a whole. Maybe that sort of indicated that Horikita, Horikita's brother actually got expelled, not only from the camp, but also from the whole high school. I mean, that would make sense, because that would make the whole scene with him and Nagumo more, I guess you can say, high stakes, because otherwise if he just got expelled from the the training camp, that wouldn't be that high stakes, I guess you can say that. But yeah, we see how at the end Horikita's brother and Nagumo have this sort of fight they had in the first episode finally come to an end. And to be honest, it actually came to an end faster than I thought. I mean, I didn't actually think it was going to end just the next episode, in this case the second episode. I thought it was going to drag on until the 6 or 7 episodes, something like that. So yeah, me expecting it to drag on a little bit longer actually caught me by surprise when it actually got resolved really quickly. And we see how Ayanokouji is already talking to some girls to take down Nagumo. He's already building up his, I guess you can say, case in order to take down Nagumo. I don't know if that will happen as fast as as the fight between Nagumo and Horikita's brother came to end. I don't know if that is going to happen that fast, but regardless, he's already building up his case. We also see how at the end of the episode, Karuizawa asks if the same were to happen to him and, well, her, Karuizawa, if Ayanokouji would actually save her like Horikita did with the purple hair girl. And yeah, actually Ayanokouji responded that yeah, he would do actually the same, although we don't actually know if Ayanokouji actually meant that, because this is Ayanokouji after all, so he can actually not be truthful. He can actually be lying right there in that moment. But I actually think he meant it, because I think at this point Ayanokouji knows that Karuizawa is a good asset to have, it's a good pawn to have, and he knows that Karuizawa, well, likes him, or at least I think he knows that. So yeah, I think he actually knows that keeping her around is actually a good thing for him. But at the same time, as I say this, it wouldn't be surprised me if Ayanokouji went full cold-hearted and actually got her exposed or something like that, but I doubt it, to be honest. So it is actually good to see that Ayanokouji, in a twisted way, or maybe not so twisted, still cares about Karuizawa. And yeah, at the beginning of the episode we see how Ayanokouji's group is, I guess you can say, building the relationship up. They're talking to each other, having a fun time. And we also see how when Ayanokouji confronting Kouenji about, putting a little bit more effort, not even Ayanokouji himself was able to convince Kouenji to give it his best. That tells you a lot about Kouenji, that he doesn't listen to anybody, not even Ayanokouji. Although I'm sure Ayanokouji wasn't actually really trying. If he actually wanted to try, I know he could manipulate or do something in order to get Kouenji to do something. But when he was casual about it, when he was trying to convince Kouenji, not even him in his casual way was able to do it. So I mean, again, that tells you a lot about Kouenji. And we also got explained that the test was divided in 4 parts: the reading part, the speech part, and also the relay race part. And I don't know if I missed the 4th one. Maybe it still hasn't come yet. Maybe that will be the final, I guess you could say, part of the test. By the way, something that I forgot to mention when I was speaking about Nagumo, the current class president, I think that is his name, sorry if I forget names, it was that he's in class B. He has class B supporting him, and I don't know if Ichi knows it, the most popular girl in class B is actually aligned with Nagumo. I think she is, but who knows, maybe she doesn't agree with his way of handling things. If I were to guess, I guess you can say that she doesn't care as long as Class B can advance, as long as Class B can come out on top. She doesn't care who or what is doing certain bad things. So in this case, I guess I would say she agrees with what Nagumo is doing. At the same time, I guess you can say that she cannot do really much, because although she is the most popular girl in Class B and she basically runs Class B, we're talking about the student council president. So yeah, I don't know how much leeway she has with him. But yeah, this episode was definitely one of those that lets you speculate a lot, because you don't actually know what is going to happen in the next episode. Sometimes you get hints throughout the episode of maybe where the story is going, but this episode was not one of those. This episode was basically going out there to resolve what the first, or some of the things that the first episode proposed or introduced. I guess that is more appropriate to say. So yeah, this episode basically ended with resolving some things and lets you speculate about what is going to happen in the next episode. And I mean, I have a lot of theories of what could happen in the next episode. I don't think the next part of the test or the last part of the test is coming soon. I think that will be the final part of the arc, or this mini arc, whatever you want to call it. So I think in general the next couple of episodes are going to be more focused around building relationships, interactions, and things of that nature. I know Classroom of the Elite is all about that, but even more on the next episode, because I think the next episodes are going to be the filament, or the the thing that goes in between the introduction and the last part of the arc. So yeah, I think that is what the next episodes are going to do. We still have that Kuchida and Horikita thing to be resolved, so we still got a lot of things to talk about and things that haven't been resolved. We still have the Nagumo having to be taken down thing, and there are other things like that. So yeah, and I almost forgot to mention that in the middle of the episode, when Ayanokouji woke up, there was a pretty curious scene where one of his teammates, I guess you can call it that, was actually talking to Ryuen and Horikita's brother, and I think it was Nagumo or someone like that. I wonder what that is all about. I think it is actually pretty important, because otherwise they wouldn't show something like that. I think it will play a key role in something that will happen in the future, but again, I could be overthinking things, so who knows. But yeah, that was actually something pretty curious that caught my eye when it happened. But yeah, that was basically the whole episode, the most important things that happened in the episode. A great episode as always. Classroom of the Elite doesn't miss. And if you don't want to miss the next episode review and the review of the season as a whole, please subscribe. Also give it a thumbs up if you like the episode. So yeah, that will be everything by me, and I guess I'll see you all in the next episode review.